De slapekud across das krek like aganschat. Sarben ook to stop kole Mackenzie in his tracks. De deserts and burn through the dusty window of Blackwell's general store. And kole so it happened clear as day. A man's hand struck a young woman across the face with the Samis a rancher squat a fly. Her head jerked to the side, but she did not cry. She simply straightened her shoulders, el her chinit, and made cruelty with assailants that carry more dignity than most men ever earned. Cole's weather fingers y toward the handle of his Colt 45 before even the West moving. 5 years of hunting and grows menató him to mind his own business. But something about the hero's calm strength felt familiar, in a way that twisted pamphlet in his chest. It reminded him of someone had already found. Someone Cole never saw now. Their eyes met through the glass. Her dark gazelle pride, pain, and 3 long years of suffering varied beneath quiet carry. In that single moment, Cole understood that walking away was no longer an option. Whether he wanted it or not, his trial had used crosshairs and nothing would ever be the same. Cole Mackenzie had not believed in second chances for a long time. At 42, his face carried the map of every hard meal since that real September night in Tombstone. One dead rooster, one lone reader home, one house burned to the ground, surrounded to them again before a cold even pulled them from the ashes. Now drifted from town to town, earning a living with fast hands and a reputation built on broken justicia. Folks cayeron in fast draw Mackenzie, a name that opened doors in the day and closed theirs at night. E a cometo das chasing a 200 pesos bounty on a rooster named Vaquero Morales. But the sound of that slap pushed every thought of bounty hunting from his mind. Inside the store, cat whispering wind crouched on the floor, picking up shards from a broken whiskey bottle. She moved the way someone moves when they have learned that even a small mistake can cause them blood. At 19, she carried her apache heritage with quiet honor. Though her years under Sirius Blackwood a tears those beneath her eyes, her lip was bleeding. Her hands trembled. Her spirit did not. Blackwood hovered over her like a storm cloud. Clumsy al breathe, a growled. That battle cost me 2 pesos. 2 pesos you a pay of 50 cents a week. Kat did not answer. She reached for another piece of glass, the turquoise necklace at her throat catching the sun. It was the last thing her mother had ever given her. Cole pushed the door open. The bell she made and Blackwood turned with a snare froze halfway across his face when I saw the man filling the doorway. Cole stood tall, calm, and unheroes in the quick way on the experienced man could be. His gray eyes swept the room, taking in every detail. The rash hand, the hero's checking fingers, the fair that in there like dust. Problem here, mister? Cole asked. Blackwood scoffed. You's teaching my workers some manners. Cole's eyes returned to Ka. She stared back, her face bruised, but her spirit unbroken. A so carry flickering beneath the pain like an emberwatting wind. That evening, Cole sat in the dusty Rose saloon, nursing a whiskey that tasted like regret. The whole town knew what Blackwood did to the girl, yet no one dared to interfere. Sheriff Dawkins was in Blackwood's pocket. The town council was too afraid to cross a man with money and deeper connections. It was Martha Williams, the widow who ran the boarding house, who finally approved him. She eased into the chair across from with a soft sigh. You were thinking about that girl, I said. You know that look. My husband said to Guerick when he was about to do something brave enough to get him killed. Cole's jaw tightened. Seems like someone sold or something. Silas Blackwood owns out this town, Martha warned. I'm the sheriff, and anyone with a spine too soft to stand up straight. Why has no one helped her? Cole asked. Martha's eyes softened with jam. Because es Apache. Because es poor. Because this town turns a blind eye when the person suffering don't look like them. But is a good girl. Too good for the lives is being given. Cole lay awake that night, the same boarding house mattress cracking beneath him. A Cole not forget the look in Cass' eyes. Pain, yes, but something else. To, Ope, the king and testing in years. Ope for a life better than being beaten by dusty store windows. At down, headed into the hills searching for Vaquero Morales. Ad Ranco and mentioned seeing the rooster camping near Blackwood's back property. Cole found Morales easily enough. Backwater found being the store owner's land chilled him deeper than the night wind. Blackwood wasn't a use cruel. It was working with cattle sheep, hiding roostlers on his land, and profiting from stolen herds. The man beating Kagwes the summer man feeding corruption through the vans of the whole town. Meanwhile, in the small room about the store, Katender her bruises alone. She touched her turquoise necklace and whispered up her hair told her lonago. Up her 4 strings, up her 4 freedom. Then she looked out the window and saw Cole Mackenzie walking toward town with the steady stride of a man who had finally made his choice. And whatever choice he made was about to change both of their lives. Ignorant Bern Brigger over das correct, when Cole Mackenzie stepped into Blackwood store for the second time. But his team did not come as a customer. He came with purpose. He came with a rooster tied over his horse. Prove that he finished the hope, he came to town for. And he came ready to finish something else that had been breathing from the moment, so whispering when take everything she didn't deserve. Castuve in the counter, stacking shelves with careful, practiced movements. Her hands trembled, but her face stayed calm as she watched Cole walk in. She had seen men like Blackwood all her life. She had never seen a man like Cole. Cole nodded once, then looked at Blackwood. "I hear you've got a worker who owes you a debt," he said, his voice steady and cold. "What's it to you?" Blackwood snapped. "I'm buying her contract. Name your price." Calf rose. The entire store seemed to freeze with her. Blackwood puffed out his chest, trying to look bigger than he felt. "She ain't there for Sale." Cole took one slow step forward. "Everything's for Sale. The question is whether you want cash or leave." People gathered outside, pressing to the windows for a better look. Das Creek had a way of ignoring injustice, but it never ignored a good fight. 300 pesos, Blackwood said loudly, and damages for disrupting my business. Cole pulled a folded paper from his vest. "Sheriff Dawkins told me last night that the bandit was outlawed in this territory years ago, which means your contract isn't worth anything." Blackwood's face darkened. "You don't know who you're messing with. Stranger. Cole Mackenzie." The name dropped into the room like a stone into a steel pan. A few onlookers backed away from the window. Everyone in the territory knew that name. Before Blackwood could reach for his pistol, Cole already at his cold pressed against the man's forehead. The room went silent except for Cass' quick breathing. "I volunteer," Cole said. "I already sent word to the U.S. Marshal about your cattle operation. You make one wrong move and they won't need a trial." Then Cass stepped forward. She moved with a smooth grass of wind over stone. She carried a timbre del apache knife in her hand. The king the woman kept hidden until she had no choice left. "I don't need anyone to buy my freedom," she said. "It was never his property." Blackwood stepped back, fear flickering in his eyes. "This ends now," Cole said. "The girl walks free and gets her wages for the last 3 years." 2 hours later, Das Creek watched something it had never seen before. A whispering wind reading out of town on a gentle major and Silas Blackwood standing on his porch with anger within his face while the sheriff pretended this was Justicia had intended all along. Car rode in silence beside Cole as the town disappeared behind them. The desert stretched wide ahead, open and endless. Still, she kept her guard up. She had known too many men who offered help with one hand and talked something with the other. "You didn't have to do that," she said quietly. "Yes, I did," Cole answered. When she finally looked at him, she saw pain written across his face. Old pain. Heavy pain. Pain that had carved him into the hard man it was. "Why?" she asked. 5 years ago, he said, he had a wife and daughter, Sarah and Emma. He left them one night to chase a bounty. When he got back, the house was burned. They were gone. He told himself that some things can't be fixed. Some people can't be solved. Today, he decided to stop believing that. Something written in Cass's chest. No one had ever spoken to her with that kind of honesty. No one had ever looked at her with that kind of care. They camped under cottonwoods beside a cold mountain stream. Cal washed away the last dust of Blackwood store from her skin. Cole built a fire, pretending not to watch her, but falling the ultimate she turned her head and caught his eye. She was beautiful in a way the frontier rarely allowed women to be. Strong, scarred, and unbroken. "What happens when we reach San Carlos?" she asked. "That's up to you," I said. "I see you home if that's where you want to be. If not, the territory is big enough for anyone willing to start over. And you?" she asked. "Maybe I start over, too," I said. "Depends if I find a reason." The fire crackled between them. The night wrapped around them like a blanket. Cole lay wax staring at the stars. Kamoveklo user, her boy soft, y useto dreamo bin el vais a mua judinte si me asa verden. Jure not a verden kolesev. Jure the first writing I found in 5 years. Kar esti de gains timas de fire vern low. For the first time in a long time, Cole felt something that wasn't a grief. It wasn't a anger. It was open. Fragile, but alive. By morning, they reached the border of the San Carlos Reservation. Jose Crofeder, the young man ka grown up with, stood waiting. His eyes narrowed at the sight of Cole. Did I divide you? Jose asked sharply. Freed me, Ka said. Jose's yo taiten. But said nothing more. That evening, Cole found himself in the concealed house facing tribal elders. Thomas Great Wolf studied him with calm, steady eyes. What do you want with our daughter? The elder asked. Cole took a breath. I want her to choose her own path, whether that path includes me or not. The room softened at his answer. The elder nodded. You might stay 3 days. After that you go. If God chooses you, she lives with you. If not, you respect her choice. 3 days. 3 days to learn the truth. On the 3rd morning, Cole found Cabai de Stram, her feet in the cool water. She woven turquoise beads into her hair, a sign she was considering alive here. Juve decided, Cole said. Ibe decided I need time. Kai replied, I need to remember myself. I need to breathe without fear. I need to know who I am before I know who I can love. Cole nodded. Though the words hurt more than a bullet. I want to be Someone's broken virtual, she said. And I want to let you carry me like a second chance you didn't get before. Give me 1 year. If what we feel is real, it will still be there. Cole said nothing. Simply held her hand until she let go. Rode out alone at sunrise. Kyle watched from the hill. Her heart torn between the past she came from and the future she wanted. 6 months later, she received a letter from Cole. No promises, no pressure, use an invitation. About a small ranch near Tucson. If she ever wanted to see it, she would be welcome. Carefully the letter and placed beside her mother's necklace. A spring wind brushed across her face. Somewhere deep inside, a choice began to take shape. Winter passed gently over the Arizona desert, leaving behind clear blue skies and warm days that made the land feel alive again. The whispering wind spent that time relearning the pieces of herself that had been buried under 3 years of fear. She helped tribal women gather herbs in the hills. She told children the old stories her mother once whispered to her. She walked the riverbanks at dawn, letting the water wash away memories she no longer needed to carry. But even as she healed, one truth stuck closer to her heart. Cole Mackenzie had walked away without asking anything from her. He had given her freedom without strings. That kind of respect was rare in the world she had known. Each month, she placed his single letter back into her leather pouch with her most treasured belongings. She never opened it again, but she felt its weight every time she carried it. A reminder, a promise, a question she was not yet ready to answer. 1 year later, on a warm spring morning, cast on the hill overlooking the reservation. She closed her eyes as a soft breeze lifted the strands of her dark hair. The wind felt different today. It carried direction. It carried Kerry. She saddled her mayor, gathered her few belongings, and whispered a quiet goodbye to the land that had shaped her. It was time. The ride to Tucson took days. Vaca felt lighter with Ashmille. The farther she rode, the more she remembered the man who was to between her and danger without asking for anything in return. A man who had carried grief, but still chose to protect someone else. A man who gave her the space she needed, even when it cost him. Years passed sundown on the 6th day. She reached a small valley where the fading light painted the world in shades of gold and soft blue. Below her, nestled against the foothills, stood a modest ranch with a wooden corral and a house that looked new, but going in at the right places. Smoke curled from the chimney. Horses grazed lazily beside the fence line. Cole Mackenzie stepped out onto the porch at the sound of approaching hooves. For a moment, neither of them moved. Cole looked older, but not in a tired, hollow way. She remembered. His shoulders were steadier. His eyes carried less weight. The grief was still there, but it had softened into something manageable, livable. Cadiz mounted slowly. The moment her boots touched theirs, Cole stepped forward. Not fast, not desperate. Used the note to show it was ready if she was. I wasn't sure you de come, said quietly. I wasn't sure either, she replied. Vate gwin chan dan di listen. Smiled. Anik gwesa smile she had never seen from before. Gentle, hopeful, real. Collega idit her inside the house. It was simple and warm, with a white hearth and shelves built by hand. On one shelf sat a small wooden box. Inside were a pair of tiny shoes and a locket, a memory of what I had lost. Kano utis it, but she did not speak. Some grief deserves silence. What made you build all this? Saya asked. Cole looked out the window toward the corral. It wanted a place that felt worth staying in. A place someone like you could walk into without fear. And what if he chose not to come? Saya asked. Then it could have still been a good place, he said. He used a quieter one. Ka felt the truth of his words settle softly inside the hair. This wasn't a man wanting to be saved by love. This was a man offering a life built from patience, not desperation. That evening, they walked through the fever in the house. The sky gleamed with the last light of day. A warm breeze carried the scent of sage and freezers. Cole walked beside her, close enough to feel, far enough to respect. You changed my life, Ka said. Vari didn't come here because he felt he owed you anything. He came because he finally knew what he wanted. And what is that? Cole asked, his voice steady. A life that he chose, Say said. A life with someone who sees me as equal. Someone who stands beside me, not in front of me or behind me. Cole's breast cold. Kai, you don't need to say anything, she whispered. He didn't come for words. He came to see the man he remembered was still here. He reached for her hand. Slow and careful, she let him take it. In that moment, the past loosened its grip on both of them. They returned to the porch as the stars began to appear. Cole lit a lantern, its warm glow casting soft light across Ka's face. She looked peaceful, strong, whole, a woman fully in control of her story. Are you staying? He asked. Ka touched the turquoise necklace at her throat. The summer wandara don't reminded her only of loss. Tonight, it felt like a bridge between where she came from and where she was going. Yes, she said, if you have me. Cole stepped closer. He been hoping for that since the day he heard you cry. Ka smiled, her eyes soft with something seen along her fears. He didn't cry that day, I said. No, Cole answered. What you did, and he heard it. Ka leaned into him, resting her forehead against his. The night erupted around them. The ranch, the desert, the stars. Everything settled into a restless kind of peace. For the first time in years, neither ran from the future. They walked toward it together, and in the wild air to the frontier, two broken lives became one whole.